guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be helping you get out of that cursed reading slump that you are on. I have picked 12 books that I think are great for getting out of reading slumps to cure your reading slump, because we all know reading slumps are no fun. You want to read but nothing is appealing and nothing is holding your attention, and you just want something quick and satisfying that will scratch that itch to read. So here are 12 books that I think will help you get over that reading slump. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So the first book that I'm actually going to recommend is a book that I have not seen anyone recommend, but I think it is perfect for getting out of reading slump. This is a young reader children's book, but sometimes children's books can be the best books, and they are short, they have cute little pictures, and they help you get back into reading, and you just have a good fun time. So that book is How to Train Your Dragon. This book is the cutest thing I have read in 2024. I love this book so much. It's just adorable. It really helped me get out of a reading slump. It's short, the words are big, and there are adorable little drawings throughout the book. And it's just really fun. I had a grand time reading this, laughing and immersed in the world of How to Train Your Dragon. Disclaimer, if you've watched the movies, the books and the movies are extremely different. They may be Hiccup and Toothless, but in the movie, Toothless is a giant, big, black, scary dragon, and in the books, Toothless is a cute little green dragon with a stutter. So there's a huge difference. If you do decide to read this, go in knowing that they're not going to be the same as the movies at all. They're still extremely cute and fun to read, so I recommend for sure. Okay, so the first book is only 200 pages, but again, the words are huge. This is an extremely quick read to get through. It's fun and enjoyable, and I recommend it. See, I didn't organize these before I started the video. So we're gonna go from a kids to an adult, and we're gonna go to a classic. This is actually probably the shortest book that I own for you guys for this list, which is The Great Gatsby. This book is under 200 pages. It is 180, and it is a classic. So if you've ever wanted to read a classic, now's your time to read it. Now, I will say, you know, it is a short book to read, but because it is a classic, it might be a little bit more difficult. I still think that with this being a short book, I think it is worth a try if you can get through it. I mean, look how short that is. So I would try it. Next up is a young adult fiction. This book is a little bit longer, but it has extremely short chapters and it's extremely fast-paced, so it makes you really feel like you're just getting through it, which is The Inheritance Games. Probably the #1 book that I hear people say that gets them out of a reading slump. I've heard so many people say to read this if you're in a reading slump. 372 pages. The chapters are so extremely short. It's literally just a front and back that it makes you feel like you're reading so fast, and you can read this really fast. It grips you, it keeps you engaged, and it makes you want to keep reading. It is a mystery thriller. Basically, this girl gets an inheritance of a billionaire that she doesn't know, and the requirement for her to get the money is to live in the house for 1 year with his 4 grandsons. And the billionaire like set up this like game that they have to solve. So while she's living in the house with them, she's solving this mystery. Really interesting and keeps you on your toes. Another book that it's long page-wise, but extremely short and fast-paced, if you know what I mean, which is a book that I've never seen anybody recommend, but I actually really loved this book. I thought it was really interesting, and I had a good time reading it. I read it really fast, and it did get me out of a reading slump, and that is Cia Martinez and the Moonlit Beginning of Everything. First of all, the cover is what drew me in whenever I picked this up and I bought it. The chapters in this one are even shorter than The Inheritance Games. That's a chapter. There is like 200 chapters. That's a chapter. So that's why I say, even though this book is 400 pages, but that's what the chapters look like, you're really only probably reading about 300 pages if you were to like condense it down. Look at these chapters. Like, look at that. Look, this chapter is a sentence. It is so fast-paced, and you really feel like what's gonna happen, and you just keep reading and keep reading it. And then you also get because the chapters are so short, you get the let me just read one more. Maybe I should just read one more. Okay, I'm gonna read one more and then I'll be done. And then you just keep reading and you keep reading. It's like watching Netflix. Basically, basically this girl, her mom gets abducted by aliens basically, and so it's the whole mystery of what these aliens are, and the FBI gets involved. UFO that crashes into her car. She gets together this whole group of friends and stuff, and they all solve this mystery of her mom coming back mysteriously and the strange UFO and everything. So it's super interesting, very like sci-fi cool. Aliens, I've never read a like UFO aliens kind of book, but I loved this, so definitely recommend. Next up we have a book that is under 300 pages and it comes in at $2.91, and that is Do Over by Lynn Painter. I loved this book. I have the special edition one. It's just so freaking cute. It's basically a Groundhog Day but on Valentine's Day, and it was so engaging and fun to read. I just kept reading, I just kept going. I just really wanted to know what was going to happen. I was kicking my feet, I was giggling. I loved this couple so much. This was a 5-star, probably 6-star, Infinity Star, worst Valentine's Day ever, and has to relive it over and over and over again until something changes, and that is crashing into this guy every single morning. It's an enemies to lovers, and it just keeps giving. It's so cute. Dating and Dragons. This is a kind of Dungeons and Dragons nerd book, basically, like romance, but it is so cute. So if you love Dungeons and Dragons, this is right up your alley, or if you just are kind of like a nerd and you like fantasy and gaming and stuff, then this is also really fun to read. You have this girl and she loves to play Dungeons and Dragons, but she moves to this new town and she goes to a new group to play it with, and she meets this guy and things just kind of go from there, and she makes a lot of friends, and there's, you know, relationship stuff that happens. So it's just a really fun read, and then you also get the Dungeons and Dragons of them playing and story building in their world that they're playing in as well, so you get like the role playing, which is really fun. The relationship building is really good, the friendships that she builds, and the story building of the game that they're playing. It gives you everything. It's fast paced and it's really cute. This one is 300 pages as well, but it is really fun to read. It's action packed and it just gives you a sense of reading, and that is The Daughter of the Pirate King. If you want to read about pirates, then this is the book for you. It's so much fun to read. It feels really fast paced. Also, look how pretty that is, the pirate ship. So yeah, this just takes you on an adventure and makes you forget that you're reading. There will be plenty of time for me to beat him soundly once I've got what I came for. So that's like the little thing at the top. But basically she's sent on a mission, and it will definitely make you forget that you're reading and just go into like the world and stay there for a little while. Okay, ending the video with sad books. I have 3 books that will make you cry. Everything. This book I read so fast, and I watched the movie after as well. Now this one is 300 pages, but with this one it is pages where it's like this, and there's just drawing. Yeah, some of these are literally just like a page, or sometimes you'll just have text messages. It gives you that satisfaction of turning the page and getting further and further into the book. This one is about a girl who had a disease where she basically just can't go outside or she'll die, because she's basically allergic to everything, I guess. So then a boy moves in next door and she starts emailing him, and they want to be able to see each other, and it kind of just goes from there, and it is a tearjerker. 5 Feet Apart, probably heard about it. I tabbed the heck out of it. I annotated the heck out of this one. This is probably my most annotated book. Chapters are really short. It's dual POV about these 2 people that have cystic fibrosis. It's such like a tongue, like, yeah. It's like a tongue twister for me to say. Stella is at the hospital, and then she meets Will, who is also at the hospital, and because of the disease, they have to stay 6 feet apart. Then they start falling in love, and things just kind of go from there. It feels very fast-paced, and you really connect with the characters and just feel what they're going through. Last book on this list. Afterlife, and this one is 261 pages. It is another sad one, but it's a beautiful story. Amber Crane isn't supposed to be here. Kind of get like a mystery vibe to it. It's one spring afternoon, Amber home on her bike. It's just another perfect normal day, but when Amber's mom sees her, she screams because Amber died 7 years ago, hit by a car while on the very same bicycle. Her mysterious return ripples through her community as friends, strangers, family, and Amber herself struggle to understand how and why she was given this second chance. This book brilliantly explores the vibe between life and death, explains the impact that one person can have on a world, celebrates life in all its beauty and complexity. So this is just a beautiful book about life. I think it's definitely worth the read. It has very short chapters and different POVs. It actually switches between a few different people. It will really help you get out of your reading slump. We are done. We have the stack of books that will cure your reading slump, or at least I hope it will. I hope that this was helpful for you guys to, you know, find some books. Definitely wanted to pick books that I don't see talked about often. So that is what I picked. I hope it's helpful. If you have any other suggestions that I didn't show in this video, let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!